So here's what happened in my recent trip to Puerto Rico. So we made it.
Hay tapón por todos lados, un tráfico brutal, cogimos tapón en todos sitios. Bueno, ahí ahora para salir va a ser pero peor todavía.
I don't miss this. I don't miss this. I guess the water is coming here. Okay. After a long drive, I'm in my mom's house. A typical drive will take from the capital, from the airport, about 2.5 hours, give or take. It took us about 5.5, 6 hours. But I was able to get to my mom's house, you know, obviously have a nice chat with her. Tomorrow you will meet her. I'm gonna continue creating this. I don't have a solid plan for this blog, for this trip video, but I will record as much as I can and share some lessons learned. For now, what I can tell you is that I didn't get a chance to eat. A typical trip that takes 2.5 hours took us 5.5. There is no power anywhere. Everything was pitch dark. People making lines for gas, just like the TV and the news are showing. But that's a conversation for a different story. For now, I'm gonna go to sleep. I tend to go to sleep, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, 6:49. Look, I got the trunk full of supplies, flashlights, batteries. I got some package for people, batteries, satellite phone, some other stuff. And now I'm in the gas station line. Okay, I'm in the gas station line, and first impression is wow. No electricity. The trip that normally takes about 2.5 hours took 5.5. I haven't eaten since yesterday. There is no power anywhere. Yeah, things are bad, but we're gonna make it a little bit better, at least for a few people. This is the line for the bank. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I just delivered the first set of batteries. I know I gotta do a better job at documenting those so you can see their faces. I don't know, I felt bad recording. It was an old man. Batteries, toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorant. It feels good to help other people, but I need to record it so you can see it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Eso es lo único que puedo decir. Destrucción total. My wife has a house in Puerto Rico. Her mother stays in the house half of the year in Puerto Rico, and half of the year she stays in Jacksonville in a house that she has over there. And the whole fence came off. The back fence came off, and water came to the house, algae. Let me show you before and after. My grandparents didn't know I was going to Puerto Rico. And after making a few stops later on during the day, I stopped by my grandparents' house, and it goes without saying that it was an emotional welcoming.
¿Pero por qué llora? Mira, abuela.
¿Quién es?
¿Cómo que quién es?
¡Ay! ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Ay!
No me digas tú. Ay, no me digas tú que tú viniste.
So I just stopped by the shelter right now. I'm gonna drop some supplies, like water filters, soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorants, wipes, batteries, etc. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Mi nombre es Milsa Costa Wiscovich. Estoy de Shelter Coordinator aquí en la escuela Glenda Rodriguez en Puerto Rico. Aquí dividimos todo por tamaño. Los participantes vienen, pasan por aquí y recogen todo eso.
Immediate needs: Pampers,
Pampers, chops,
chops, adults, Pampers for adults, chops, and what else?
water.
Water. Okay. Let me share a few notes from the shelter. They have a few families over there, including a pregnant woman, 7 disabled people, a 92-year-old lady, 2 babies, 3 people in bed rest. One had a stroke the night of the hurricane, and 3 people required oxygen 24/7. Now, I started recording, but it felt wrong. Recording people where they're at their lowest. I didn't have their permission. It goes without saying that when you upload anything to YouTube, you need to have their permission, and it's better that you have it written. But also my limited time, a lot of places that I went, I just, due to the heavy traffic, I just went in and out, and after I left, I was like, oh, I missed that opportunity. So, lesson learned. Next time I'm doing anything similar to this, what I just did in Puerto Rico, I'm bringing somebody that is a dedicated camera person, somebody that takes pictures and video all the time. That's the only thing that the person will do, and that's a good lesson learned. If you pay attention early, you saw the long line at the bank. When I drove by, it was 7:30 in the morning. This is the line for the bank. It's ridiculous. Now I'm driving late afternoon, coming back after I finish doing all the errands, and this is how the line looks late afternoon. It hasn't changed. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna provide some batteries. Batteries are still needed. The batteries. Ridiculous. Oh my goodness. That's the line to go to the supermarket. The line to go to the supermarket with the military right there. Well, I'm coming back from delivering the last set of batteries. Batteries is, you can't find batteries right now, especially D's or C's. So anything that I brought is being rationed for the people that actually need it. You have to see the faces of moms and dads and grandmas when you put the battery in the, whether it's the flashlight or the battery operated fan, and especially, you know, now I have a light. Now I can sleep, you know, with a little bit of breeze. It's hot right now here, but let me tell you, there's still a big need of Pampers for adults and wipes, at least in that shelter that we visited yesterday. So here's the deal. Glenda Rodriguez, she's my cousin. She's also a local business owner in my hometown. She told me that anything that you want to donate, you can send it directly to her. The post office is working, by the way. So what she's going to do, she's going to do regular trips to the shelter, and she's going to take anything you donate to the shelter and or any person that actually needs it. So I'm gonna post the address below. It's in downtown Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico. Her name is Glenda Rodriguez. Anything, don't send it to me. Let's send it directly to the island via post office. Day 3. First day, I visit my family. Goes without saying that if you do get a second chance at anything in life, take it and make it worth it. Day 2, we went to a shelter. It's still a big need. Biggest problem right now is, in my opinion, the lack of communication between the central government and the municipality governments. Central government, for whatever reason, is not telling the municipalities, and the municipalities is not relaying what the information they have to the local people. Because every time I stop in a new place or I talk to somebody else, they have a different story of why, or a theory of why the government is not helping them as they expect. Yes, you're gonna have some people that suffer more than others, like this beautiful nurse we met at the shelter. She lost everything, and she still showed up to work and volunteer at the shelter. I'm seeing more and more. People are helping each other more and more, but still much more that needs to be done. Flew back to Puerto Rico, met with this gentleman. We missed the connection flight, and now we're driving to Orlando. For those that don't know who you are, who are you?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night actually, 10:37 at night. I'm Zuly Arroyo from San Sebastian, Puerto Rico.
What do you think is the biggest problem so far since Maria hit the island? What do you think, besides the wind, besides the devastation? Let's talk about the okay. I didn't want to say this to not lead you to an answer, but in my opinion, the biggest problem we're having right now is the lack of communication between the central government to the municipalities, from the municipality to the people in the government. What are your 2 cents? What do you think?
I think that the biggest challenge they're facing is to communicate the appropriate information to the appropriate people. Communication is very key during this time, and I think because of the cell phones being down, because of the lack of light, I think that communication, it's very challenging right now, but I think that with the right strategic plan in place, I think we can be more informative with our people. We can be more communicative with our people. There are people who are getting a lot of information, and then there are people who are getting zero information.
And we saw that in the airport today.
Yes, exactly. We had a little taste of that at the airport, where some people were getting an overwhelming source of information, and then others were completely left in the dark. I think that we need to overcome that. We need to examine how we can communicate better with everybody, because maybe we don't have good news all the time, but the fact that we keep people informed and we keep them in the loop of what's going on, it takes away from the desperation of completely not knowing what's going on.
So we still have about an hour to go. I will continue this tomorrow. Tomorrow is another beautiful day. Best day ever. Here are some final thoughts. I saw people helping each other, and that made me proud. I saw people complaining about the government, about the situation, but that's just everyday life. Whether it's in Puerto Rico, in Europe, or in the States, I lived in all 3 places. And I know that people complain, doesn't matter where part of the world you lived on. What I realized is that, even if you have power plants, yes, you are a little bit better than most people, but you are not that much better. When you add the factor that, and you start stacking everything together, you don't have power, then you don't have water, and then you know that if you need to buy anything, you need to pull money from the bank because everything is cash. That means that you have to go and make a line in the bank to some places pull a limited amount of money. Then you have to go and jump and get in the crazy traffic to make a line in the supermarket to find out that maybe the items is not there, or you can only grab a limited supply, a limited quantity. Then if you need to put gas again, you need to make a line in the gas station, and you keep stacking. And it's not just that, it's the lack of communication from the government, the feeling of being disconnected from the world. You add all that, and now bacteria in the water. Puerto Rico is in a mandatory boiling situation. The situation is not good, and hopefully we keep making progress every day, but it's all thanks to people like you that supported me in this crazy idea of going home and bringing a few supplies. So publicly, I want to thank a few people. And the first person that I want to thank is Ingrid. Ingrid moved a lot of people. They bought a lot of water filters. Thank you, Ingrid. And I'm going to mention a few names, and I'm sorry if I miss a few. Joanna Scaporati. Sorry if I butcher your name. Then I have another one here. Joel Borden, Gary Martin, Ingrid Dinter, Sylva Leduc, Stephen Waskey, Evelyn Vanessa, Lismarie Vega, Cristian Gonzalez, Jose Elizondo, Matthew Peters, my wife for sharing and giving me the break to go to Puerto Rico, for sharing the post and taking care of the kids what I left, Jeanette Cates, Zuly Arroyo, Olga Queen, and a few other ones out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything that you donated, it went to people that need it. So I thank you for that. With that said, my friend, if I can make it again, I will make another trip. But for now, send everything to Glenda Rodriguez. It will make things easier. I already started sending packages home. And thank you.